Good morning, everybody. Welcome to week number 8. Almost done. Congratulations are almost in order, just a little bit more to go here. More importantly, you guys have finished your literature reviews. From my own personal standpoint as a student in this program and from feedback, it's one of the hardest things you're going to do in this program. It just is. It's very, very difficult. It's dry. It's a lot of research. It's just a lot of pulling information together. The good news is, if you decide to use this information for your capstone, you already have a great head start on it. You have all this literature, you have an understanding about the back and forth that's needed. You can take my comments and edits when you get your papers back on all that to fine tune it when you actually do the literature review for this capstone project that you're going to be doing. I believe most of you will be doing it in November, October, November timeframe, if I'm correct on all this. What this course has done is basically giving you a bird's eye view of the capstone. The problem, purpose statements, the compare and contrast of all this literature, and you just solely searched and found information. So as you look back at all these edits, please understand that my main goal was not only to adhere to the rubric, but more importantly, to make certain that you guys have a really good understanding of what's going to be required when you get that to that point in the program anyway. So week number 7 is fully in the books. We're in week number 8. It's a short week. Friday, we're done. You are done. You can kind of unplug your computer and enjoy your summer. That's kind of the hope here anyway. There's no reading to do this week, so that's a good thing. There are 2 videos to watch, but I think you're going to find these videos to be entertaining, so enjoy. We're culminating the class. We're just kind of trying to finish off on a high note here. You have 2 discussion board posts this week. The first one is a traditional one, and it's basically a reflection of this course. Now, most people, myself included, when I took this course and I saw the heading of it, I think, oh, what am I going to do with this course? How is this going to be pertinent to what I do in my real life? But I hope you've seen now that basically the purpose of this course is to prepare you for the research required for the capstone. Research is basically you start by looking back. You find a problem, but now you've got to look back and say, okay, what have people done to address this problem that I found? And that's the background information that you need. And then you learn to research and find and compare this with that one and contrast how this one differed from that one and dig deeper and deeper on each of them. So I'm hoping you got a little bit out of that in that respect. I know it doesn't necessarily have any specific amazing classroom applications when you go back into the classroom in August, September, but it will prepare you for the capstone, and the capstone will give you some really good insight on how you can transform your classroom to address the problems that you've identified. So again, that's discussion board post number 1. It's due Wednesday, not Thursday. It's due Wednesday, and again, 2 responses to your peers by Friday. It's week number 8. You guys should be used to this right now. It's Wednesday, Friday instead of Thursday, Sunday. Not a big deal. Second discussion board post. You're having one person from each group, or just one of you, submit the assignment by Wednesday. Now, if you look carefully, the assignment's not due to submit assignments until Friday. So you're actually submitting this twice. Once on Wednesday for the discussion board and once on Friday for me to grade. So as you post it on Wednesday, if you find mistakes, you find things that need to be edited, you have a couple days to do that before you turn it in to me on Friday. It is due on Friday at midnight. My grades are due on Sunday, so I've got only a 2-day turnaround on that. So that's what I'll be doing this weekend, is watching those presentations, which is usually very fun. Like I said, it's a fun culminating week for this particular course right here. So this week, like I said, on Friday, one of you is going to be turning in your submission to the submit assignments. That's the one I grade. I want to make certain of a couple things here. Number 1, you might note that in the directions, it doesn't say anything specific to Google Slides. Most students use Google Slides, but our institution is actually trying to pull away from Google products, because Google products are technically live documents that can be edited. And so they want a document that cannot be edited once it's been submitted. It's a minor little thing. I know there's history and all those, and it's very easy to figure out, but that's what our institution's doing. If you did it on Google Slides, no worries, no harm, no foul. I just ask this of you. When you submit it to the discussion board post, the settings, the share settings, make it so that it says anyone with the link can view. Discussion board post, anyone with the link can view. When you submit it to me, I need it to say anyone with the link can edit. So anyone can view on the discussion board, anyone can edit when you submit it. And the reason I want editing privileges is not to change your document, but to make comments. I can make comments on it. I can address things as needed, if needed. But just two little settings on Google Docs that you need to deal with, on Google Slides in this case, if you have any questions. Now, this particular assignment has a lot of bullet points, a lot. Make certain you address each and every one of them because there's a component in the rubric for each one of those things. I do want to highlight two of them though, and my apologies here, but I'm going to read them to you here because this is kind of important. Before I do this, let me give you a visual here. Imagine that you're back at school in August, September, and your administrator is putting one of those wonderful PowerPoint or Google Slides up on the projector. And as you look at one slide after another, it's nothing but data. It's nothing but bullet points. It's nothing but sentences. That's all you see. And then your administrator just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. Very ineffective presentation. If you note every single presentation you've ever had to do in this program, it very specifically says minimal words on the slides. I see that on every assignment, and every time I get these assignments turned in, it's a bunch of words. You know, a little picture over here, a little picture over there. One of the best slide presentations would seriously be throw up a picture of Goofy there. And your study is about humor in the classroom. The notes, the speaker notes, that's the meat and potatoes. That's what I'll be looking at. That's what I'm going to be grading. People who put all that information, so much information, overwhelming information on slides, you will have points deducted. It's in the rubric. It's in the directions. It's been in every set of directions for every presentation that you've ever had in this program. Slides should be simple. The notes should be rich and detailed. So make certain that you guys work that out as you're going through it. So I don't need to read that, but I'm just telling you that's one of the bullet points right there. It says presentation slides must be oral/visual with mostly pictures, audio components, and media clips. That's what the slide should have on them. Everything else is in the notes section. It even says that in another bullet point. It says if using PowerPoint or Google Slides, add speaker notes to the notes section. If using a program that does not have a notes section, please add a Word document that references the slide numbers with notes so that I can read that and I can go through side by side and see the notes. These are things that you would be saying if you were presenting this information to your faculty or to your department. That's pretty much every single assignment or every group project that I've ever seen in this program, that's what they want. So make certain that you start tailoring your slides down. Just call a lot of that wordiness off of each one. It's really an important part of this program. I also want to give you a little note about copyright laws. And I'm going to actually do a separate announcement on that in just a few minutes after this video is presented here. You can use anything. Copyright law says that we as educators can use anything we find as long as it's regarding education. If it's for educational purposes, we can use it. You could take a clip from a Disney video and you can present it legally as long as it's for two caveats. One, it's for education. Number two, you have to give credit on where you found it. So the directions say that, by the way, it does tell you that you need to make certain you give credit and reference where that information came from. The good thing about your pictures, if you just take a Google search on a picture or something like that, like I used Goofy before, you just need the website on where you found that. And it just has to be on that slide. You don't have to put that on the reference. The references will have videos. If you use any video clips, you'll need that as a separate reference on the reference slides. But any images, just put a little blurb on there. And I'll give you an example, and just again on Blackboard, you'll see that I'm referencing that right there. That's copyright law. You can use anything, just give credit for where it came from. My hope is that this course has challenged you, as all your courses should challenge you in some way, shape, or form. But I hope it's blessed you also. I hope it's giving you a really good head start on your capstone when you get there. I want you to take a brief moment when you're done here to realize that you're just another step closer to getting that master's. It's getting really, really tangible now. You can see it, you can feel it, you can taste it. It's right there. And like I said, I hope you've come up with a really good perspective of this capstone project that's coming up. If you don't like the problem that you've come up with, if you don't like the solutions that you've come up with, you've got some time to reflect and think about that. Because that's what the capstone is. It's a reflection on a problem and the possible implementation of your solutions. That's it, interventions. So with that, I thank you for paying attention to another long video. I hope that you guys do take some time this summer and that you get some much needed rest and relaxation. God bless you all. Never hesitate to look at me as a reference. In the future, if you have questions on APA or anything else, let me know. I will see you one more time on those discussion board posts, and then it's summertime. Bye-bye.